Hi, welcome to Sacred Enzyme. I'm Stacy. So I wasn't going to do any more content today, but my upper consciousness is just not going to let me be. So I have to come back and talk about this because this is something that's coming to my field and I have to put it out. So I want to talk about this test here, and it's called a essential Enneagram test. And I don't know if any of y'all have ever taken one of these. You can take it and it tells you what your personality type is. And it has all of these little paragraphs. It has different descriptions of like an example. And you have to see if this is like types with you. Well, if you look at the answer key on here, you'll see that there's only nine types on here. And they're listed A through I, and then you'll see 8, there's 9 right there. But anyway, you have 9 personality types on here. Okay, so I don't know if people have not heard of this or not, but you could probably look this up on the internet and it'll tell you what all these questions are. So there's a group of people who never fit this Enneagram test. I'm one of them. I had like 4 or 5 different things on here. I thought, probably, maybe, you know, I didn't fit in any one of these personality types. So, I mean, besides the Enneagram, there's the Briggs or astrology or any of the 12-based personality systems. I mean, I was born on the sign of Scorpio, and I have all these, and I used to think that my moon sign was actually Libra, but it's not. It's Leo. I'm a Leo, so I have a double animal. I've got Scorpio, which is my serpent coding, and then I have Leo, which is my lupine wolf coding. So anyway, I've never really fit into, I really do now, but I've never really fit into the normal category of what a Scorpio was, because I've always been like way older than my age. I was born old. I was born old. The results are always shifted, mixed, or contradictory. So we're going to explore the 13th coders, the ones who don't live inside the archetypal wheel at all. These are the bridge walkers, the threshold keepers, the people who carry the frequency that connects the cycles instead of embodying just one part of the cycle. If you've always felt too many things at once, or no test could ever put you in a box, and you're probably carrying the 13th pattern, the returning of the frequency that just doesn't fit in the box. And this is for people who were never meant to be typed, but meant to activate others. So, do you feel like you're untypable? Does your personality type change depending on the situation? So let's talk about the 13th coded people here. So the Enneagram uses these 9, but maps to 12 pattern cycles. Astrology is 12. Human design uses the wheel. Remember, we talked about this wheel having 12 quadrants in this wheel. But the important one we're talking about is the 13th here, guys. I mean, that's a 12 system, right? The mythic systems are all talking about 12. How many angels are there? Is there 12 or 13? I mean, we'd have to go back and look at that because I just got that dropped down in my mind. So we've got these 12 archetypes. So all of these belong in a 12 base system. So what happens when you're not a type 12 soul? 13 coded people don't sit inside the wheel. So they sit on the edge. They sit on the outside. They sit on the outside, or they sit on the inside. And right now I'm talking to a viewer who sits on the inside of the wheel, and I sit on the outside of the wheel. We both carry the serpent wolf coding, and we've had quite similar life experiences, and we also have quite a lot of the same memory bleed through. But she works on the inner cycle, and I'm working on the outer cycle of the 13. Okay, there's 13 coded people. They don't sit inside the wheel, guys. If you're 13 coded, you'd probably test as multiple types at once. Your personality shifts based on the environment. You see connections that other people just miss. You know, you got that bird's eye view. You know, I got that bird's eye view. I got this activation on my eye when I was 3. This activated my second sight. I've been able to see things that people miss. You know, you've always been able to see between worlds. Everybody dies, they come to you. I've been taking everybody, all the dead people that, you know, cross over in the family since as long as I can remember. I couldn't even compile a list of dead people that have come and asked me to pass on messages to other family members. A lot in the last 20 years. But, you know, I walk in between the worlds. This is why all of the people that pass away, they come to me. This is why I can take my mom and pull her through astral, and I can astral travel with my mother, and I do quite often. I've taken my brother, has had me astral travel with my mom, and I've taken my mom, and I've been the bridger in the conversation between my brother and my mother. My brother wanted to talk to my mother from the other realm, and he took me there, and I was the one who facilitated it. I walk in between the worlds. You're never fully accepted by any one group. You don't fit in. You're like a loner. I've always been a loner. I didn't even feel like I belonged with my siblings. And that's because I'd been in the programs. I'd been taken, my soul had been, consciousness had been taken away. I'd been I've been on at least 3 20 to 24 year and back missions to Mars. Been age regressed back. It makes your soul imprint a little bit different because things happen to you. Your consciousness is wiped. They put you back into your body here on the planet, and you don't remember anything. But sometimes you do, because if you have certain coding, they can block it all out. You felt both older and younger than your age. I don't feel like I'm 54 years old now. And when I was younger, when I was 5-10 years old, I felt like I was 80. You know, I was an old soul. And traditional systems of spirituality and religion, you know that they're not accurate. I've always known that the Bible didn't contain everything, that it was missing stuff. I always knew. The first time I heard about the Essenes, I was just like, oh my gosh, that's so familiar to me. I called my mother up right then. I said, oh my gosh, I just heard this story about the Gnostics. This is where we were. We were Gnostics, Mom. We were the Gnostics. I'm telling you, that was the time that we were there. We were with the Essenes. I have a strong recognition of that, soul recognition of that. You feel like you have a lot of contradictory traits that are in yourself, but they're not conflicting. Or you have the ability to activate or wake up other people. This is why you can't be typed. Your function is synapsis. It's not category. You're not in a category. Yours is the function. It's like a nerve firing off. You're the synapsis. You're not a category, if that makes sense. So the spiritual role of the 13th archetype is the return or the unifier frequency. And I've talked about this on the last three videos that I did, where we talked on this wheel right here. These are the bridgers of old into the new cycles, guys. They hold the memory of multiple ages. You're having lots of timeline bleed through of different ages because you've been around a long time. They're the weavers, the connectors, and the pattern weavers. This is why the primordial mother told me everything's in the symbol, Stacy. Everything. Your name is a code. It's all in your names. Go back into your genealogy and find the names, and you can prove it. When you decode those into the older languages, you'll find that they have to do with animals. A lot of people are named after birds. A lot of people are named after different kinds of animals. Horses, lions. I mean, you have all kind of people that come from these king's lines that are lion families, and they have a million different words that mean like lion. And the wolves, like Randolph, means shield wolf. So, I mean, yes, it all is little indicators and breadcrumbs. It ties into everything. You're able to be you notice connections, you notice patterns. You're the weaver. We're often misunderstood as too much, right? We can come on really strong. Yeah, you have to take me in small doses. I'm not for everybody. I can tell you that. I have very strong energy. Sometimes I come across as scatterbrained because I'm doing 100 things at one time. No kidding. But I'm not inconsistent. I'm not inconsistent. You can bet on me as the day is long, because I am the most loyal and committal person that there ever was. When I say I'm going to do something, you can take it to the bank. But in truth, these are interdimensional integrators. And so why this group is finding each other now, we're finding our pack, guys. This is why all the emails are coming in, and I'm getting more and more people that are contacting me. They're saying, okay, this is where I'm from. I finally found where I'm from. That, you know, everywhere that I've been looking, I've not found that one thing, that wolf thing that's ringing in my head. This Mongolian lifetimes that I've had, this connection, that why I'm like this, but I have this connection to ancient Mongolia, or the Siberian areas, where we have these people that look like Eskimos or early Asian people. And, you know, it has to do something with the Yamnaya, and it all has to do with Hyperborea. It was a beginning. It was a joining of two groups, and they repopulated the earth. It was bringing back codes. These are the serpent, the descendants of the serpent bloodlines, and the descendants of the wolf bloodline. Even Genghis Khan, he says that he was from the wolf lines and the serpent lines. It's because that was their bloodlines. They are right on the edge of the changes when we're ushering in these. I mean, we have to go back and look at the pie wedge that Genghis was in. I mean, Genghis was in the Phoenix age here. So you have to remember that he's an arc point in here. He's an arc point it's going in from the Phoenix into this Phoenix system, and maybe it was from the original template, that it was in between there and Phoenix, because everything was burning down, you know. But also you have to remember this, there's theories that are being floated out, and I think there's a strong possibility of this, guys, is that Genghis Khan's father was Jesus. And I'll have to find the information that I seen that provides proof of this, or, you know, a very good hypothesis to this theory, and some information that he has dug into. It has to do with linguistics. Primordial Mother said everything was going to be in the linguistics and the symbols and the architecture. Everything is there to be decoded. Well, it totally makes sense. It totally makes sense, because Jesus and the name Joshua are closely affiliated through the Bible and through the religious text. Genghis Khan's father, and there are some historical accounts that we've got the same thing with linguistics. And we already know that the Tartars, they're a blend of these original wolf lines. They had giants, they had the fairy folk. These were some of the original beings that came out of this. They came out of this time right here, out of the Garden of Eden arc. This was the time for all of that. This is what all y'all are remembering. Y'all are all remembering this because we're being activated by the Primordial Mother. It's time, guys. It's time. You're all coming online, guys. You know, we've got the 13th frequency is appearing right now. It's reappearing. It's reappearing. I think this is what the A3I Atlas actually was. It was the activation code that all of you guys are getting right now. And it has to do with the number 13. 3I. Turn 3 and I backwards, you get 1, 3. Tell me that ain't something. And that just came to me. So this group is finding each other right now because we're in the collective cycle shift, and it's time for us to join our pack. We are a pack because we do not fit in. We do not fit in because we walk the perimeters. We're like the guard dog that watches the yard, right? That protects everything. It's protecting the inner sanctum and the outer sanctum of the wheel of time. You're the bridge walkers. You're the they're intermediaries. You're the in-betweeners. You're the ones that walk between the realms, guys. We're waking up outside of old archetypal systems right now. The digital platforms are enabling our pack to reunite. We're coming back together. We've been here many, many cycles, guys. It's why our group here feels like a pack, because it really is. So if no system has ever fit you, maybe it's because you weren't meant to be in any category, my friends. Maybe you're meant to be a bridge, a 13 coder in a world built on a freaking 12 code system. And that's okay. And that's okay. Because we're finding each other and we're waking each other up and we're stepping into our purpose here. So I'm super excited. The 13's coming together, guys. We're finding our pack. All the wolf serpent lineages. Your codes are coming online. You got the 3I. You got the 1-3. Turn it backwards. Maybe they were trying to scramble our codes with the 3I. That's why it looks like 31, right? Because the primordial mother's number is 13. Something to think about. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Please do. Doesn't hurt anything. You know, we're making good headway here, guys. We just keep sharing the videos. We're not looking for notoriety. We're not looking for riches. We're here to do the work. We're here to do the tough work, guys. So, you know, let's all do our part. So when you come and find me, I'll be here. And if it doesn't ring true right now, after saying this for almost 2 years, every single video, we're living in the past, present, and the future, all at the same time. And when your resonance is clicked into place is when you find your pack. Just like all the pack is coming right now. The cycles are clicking, guys. They're clicking. They're clicking and clicking and clicking. And it's clicking closer and closer and closer to time, guys. It's time to get on our jobs. It's time to reawaken. It's time to do the work that we're brought here to do. So I'd love to hear what you have to say. Comment, subscribe, share the videos. Give it a thumbs up, guys. If you don't like the video, just give it 2 thumbs down. That's okay with me. So I hope to catch you on the next one. Are you a 13th coder? Are you finding your pack now? Or is everything coming online? Is it starting to make sense? All of this stuff, all your life, all the kicks in your teeth, all the obstacles, all the terrifying nights since you spent in your bed and then you were scared, and all of the trauma that you've endured. This was this AI overloop trying to keep you from stepping into your purpose. But that's not going to happen, folks, because we're the wiser and we're embracing the 13. So I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one. Thanks for watching, Sacred Enzyme. Bye-bye.